Welcome to Leeds United fans. My name is Philip, and I'm joined again this week by Luke.
How do?
Uh, shouldn't have lost that game. We should have got a draw, but we lost. But it's probably the most encouraging loss, if there is such a thing, because that's as an overall unit. I think that might be the best we've played so far this season. We really looked assured in every position, and just I know we lost, but it's hard to really pick holes in anywhere today in that team. The biggest factor I would say today was the fact that Spurs had a bench that had fucking superstars on it.
Yeah, and
They could
the
change it up. And I know we've been critical of Marsh's substitutions in the past, but he didn't really have anything on the bench today that he could. That he brought on Greenwood, of course, for Nanto at half time, but other than that, there wasn't really like Perkins and Joseph and a few others and Gelhardt. When you're 3-2 up against Spurs, you're not bringing any of them on.
no commentator had a bit of a pop at Marsh for not bringing Gelhardt on. You've just gone 3-2 up. Why would you bring a striker on, especially away at Tottenham?
Precisely,
I mean,
precisely.
granted, Luke Ayling was dog shit, but that's not Marsh's fault.
No, no, he done the right thing. He tried to shore up the defense, and Alien just had a nightmare. Got in the way of the third goal, but his legs wide open, and by the time it got through, it completely dumbed Meslier. Same with the second goal as well too. Actually, that was just pure bad luck as well too. It kind of hit off everyone and just bounced in and.
Yeah,
You have no real complaints about the fourth goal, but Aileen was in the position there to stop the goal, and he just stood there watching.
don't think anyone was stopping that fourth goal. That was class.
It was very good. Now, to be fair, it was very good, but look at all the bright points today and how Rodrigo 9 goals this season. Like people said, he wasn't good enough. He's shutting them up, isn't he? Two goals
We
again
we
today.
we said he wasn't good enough.
But a lot of people were way more critical than we were.
That is true.
We said
He's
maybe he mightn't fill the number 9 role, but he's proven us all wrong, isn't he?
he is, yeah. He's looking like a real striker now. Yeah,
And he wasn't really in the game much today, but when he was in the game, he was dangerous.
this is what people say about Haaland. They say, oh, he's had no touches, but when you're putting 3 goals in every game, it doesn't matter how many touches you have. Same today with Rodrigo. Doesn't matter how many touches he had because he scored 2 absolute crackers.
Yeah, 2 great goals, and he potentially could have had a third. It was an offside, and he hit the post, but
Yeah.
he was getting into the positions, and he was moving the play forward, and he was trying to link up, and he was you couldn't fault him anywhere today for that performance.
No, not at all.
And
And
I
it's
want,
5 goals in 4 now for him.
Mhm. And I want to give good praise today to Rasmus Christensen. He's starting to really become the player that Marsh said he was. He's getting forward more. He's getting crosses in. And other than he was kind of caught up for the second goal, but he can't fault him for that. Other than that, I thought a really good performance by him.
Yep, and having a good laugh at a Tottenham fan as well. It's good
Yeah.
to see a man enjoying his work.
For those that may not know, we were watching this game on Sky Sports New Zealand, and there was a lad in the crowd from the Spurs end. We got the goal, the corner leading up to the goal, and the obscenities were absolutely hilarious. Like, you're
I think it was
you're
you
fucking
shit,
shit. That's
you
why you play.
fucking shit.
That's why you play for Leeds. And then next thing we got the goal.
And
Oh,
Rasmussen's just stood in the area pissing himself.
oh yeah, that was funny. Like normally you wouldn't hear that. It was just like the whole crowd went silent, and it was just him roaring, and he was right
Yeah,
beside the camera or something. And it was very funny. But
it was
you
excellent.
won't be seeing that on Match of the Day later tonight anyway.
No, no,
That
you won't.
will be fairly fucking rubbered out, so it will.
To get the goal straight from it as well, though. Perfect.
That was brilliant. And young Somerville, man, he's just getting better all the time, isn't he?
Yeah, he was good all game.
Aronson too. Aronson was class today.
his movement is something special. He's wasted being American. I'll tell you that for one. For one,
Well,
movement,
unlike
passing.
unlike Holland, he's actually going to the World Cup though, so he has that feather in his cap.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I can't believe we've got two Americans in the team and an American manager. That's so weird.
And even though Adams got a red card today for two lazy challenges,
Still a good
I thought he was
performance.
phenomenal up to that point.
Yeah, he was. He's another one whose passing's very good.
No, he's the most thing I noticed about him. There was one part in the game when he was getting the ball with Aronson, and he was kind of giving the hands as to say, like, calm, calm. He's a real leader, like,
Hmm. Yeah,
real leader.
stupid red card, but
But sure, it
it
was just
happens.
these things happen in football. You're going to pick up a red card or a yellow card every now and again. Like
Yeah, of
it's
course
just the
you are.
nature of the game. Like,
Yeah, of course you are. But no, it was a good performance. So
yeah. Now we'll move on to the players individually. Meslier, well, for starters, Meslier, the first goal shouldn't have counted. He was fucking pushed into the fucking goal. Like, that was ridiculous. Like, how was that not given as a foul on the keeper? I'll never know.
like the laws against even being near a goalkeeper these days are so ridiculous.
Hmm.
It makes the fact that he was pretty much manhandled into the goal. It's like,
Yeah.
how did that not get chalked off? And at the same time, what is the point in VAR?
Hmm.
What's the
He,
point in having it?
and he was clearly going to punch the ball out. But
Yeah,
he was like this, fucking getting pushed back into the net. Like, and, how? How was that not ruled out?
no, I have no idea.
Oh, and he was unlucky as well with two as well. That just the second goal just kind of bounced around him, and just he lost the sight of the ball and the alien situation with his legs wide open, and he just caught him. But you couldn't criticize him for that.
No, no.
No, another solid performance. And I will say this actually. I think that might be the best distribution I've seen from him so far. Generally speaking, it was really good. His long kicking today was pretty fucking good. Like,
Well, he saw Robles play
yeah, he
on
must have
Wednesday and
realised,
probably
oh,
thought,
I've actually got to learn how to kick now, or this lad might be knocking on the door.
yeah, maybe.
And we've already touched on Rasmus Christensen, great performance.
It was good as well because obviously he wasn't the best in the last game. I mean, he was better in the second half of the last game, but it was his worst game yet. So he's bounced back from that, and this was rock solid.
And he's improving all the time too, as we said earlier about his forward movement. In earlier games, he was going forward and he was kind of getting caught, and then he got more conservative. But now,
Yeah,
as time is moving on, and the team is clearly developing now. We can see that it's actually starting to come together, and this international break is coming for us at the worst possible time because we're looking at unit at the minute.
we are, but who knows how we'll come out? I mean, they're talking about organising friendlies, so
Oh, there will be. Oh God, there will be. There'll be behind closed door stuff. I'd say for sure.
and if we come back from this and we start playing shit, I blame FIFA and the country of Qatar.
And their lack of human rights and all the rest that
Yeah,
goes on around with it.
pricks.
Precisely. And even though we shipped 4 goals today, I thought Cock was a fucking brilliant today. I think
Yeah.
he was really good earlier in the season. He had a bit of a dip, but I thought he was excellent today, and I thought it was great that he sent fucking Richarlison flying as well.
Remember my sort of like 3 pod rant about Tyrone Mings? Richarlison's not far behind. He's everything I hate about a player.
Yeah, he's just a dirty bastard, isn't he?
He's got the talent.
He has, yeah, but he's just more
He's a
interested
prick.
in diving and acting the bollocks like.
Yeah, he's an absolute prick. Can't stand him. So good,
Oh,
good on you, Robin.
yeah, and Cooper didn't do anything wrong. I didn't think either. He might have been slightly at fault for the second goal, but it was just a real ping pong fucking. They were bouncing off players and everything. It was just one of those goals, like.
It was. He put in a couple of good tackles, couple of good covering tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Got an assist to go with his goal from last week.
Yeah.
Not bad for a centre back.
No, can't knock him at all. And Strike was his usual solid self there.
Yeah, he popped up in a few places.
Hmm.
Commentator commented on one thing, but the ball came towards him as Tottenham were clearing. It comes down to him, and he just very coolly kind of shields it, moves it back, and the comment said, "Nice and calm, just what you want."
Yeah, he was. He never really lost the head. They did kind of attack him at the start of the first half. They went the left side first because they were probably thinking, I don't know why they went the left side first, but they thought with Strike not a natural left back, they might get a bit something out of him. But they got nothing out of him.
You know, got nothing. They're probably thinking they don't want to go up against Rasmus.
And that's what happened. Then they tried the right side then because they realised they were getting no value out of it. But I know we conceded four, but defensively we were not bad at all today. Set pieces we were assured. I just
First goal shouldn't have stood. Fourth
no
goal was
God no.
class.
It should have been 3-3.
Yeah, and the fourth goal was class. I think we're starting. I think it's starting to look like Strike might be our go-to left back. I
Well,
mean,
like
obviously he's covering the position because we've got injuries, but he looks at home,
yeah, he does. He's making the position his own, and he's growing all the time too.
and it keeps him in the first team
Yeah,
because you wouldn't drop Cooper or Cock
not at the moment, no.
in the centre. So, and then when Stuart Dallas finally comes, thing is, this is the other worry. Stuart Dallas, he's one of the old guard.
Hmm.
Now I love Stuart Dallas, but he's getting older. He's
Mhm.
had a lot of time out. Will he come back the same?
That's the question. That's the burning question because
It is.
he was an average player that became a great player under Bielsa.
And he's. I mean, I've mentioned it before. He's class. You
Hmm.
put him anywhere, and he'll do what you want him to do. And he gets goals. He can defend. He can assist. He's everything. But we don't know what he's going to come back like. So this might be it for Strauch. This might be his position.
Yeah, potentially. We'll over time. I reckon eventually he will be a centre back. I think for this season he's a left back, I knew for definite.
Yeah,
And in the middle of the park, we already touched on Adams again. He got sent off, but other than that, I thought he was phenomenal. He
yeah,
just
he is.
controlled that midfield like he was everywhere.
He's again. I'll say again. His passing, his vision and his passing is very good.
And
But
his leadership qualities and
he's going to be the one that takes the captaincy off
oh
of
god,
Cooper.
oh god, he has to be.
Matter of time.
Oh yeah, and Raka done well. Didn't do anything
Yeah,
wrong. He's his usual self. Like sometimes people don't like Raka, but I don't know how he could not like Raka because he doesn't. He's an unspectacular player, but he's always in the right position, and he's always
that's what
knows
he's
his
there to
role.
do.
Like he knows what he's there to do, and he's not trying to
Yeah.
be anything else than a solid holding midfielder.
There's three players ahead of him that are there to be spectacular. He's not meant. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do.
Exactly what we signed him for.
Yeah,
We didn't sign him to run down the wings and get past 10 players. We signed him to hold the middle of the park, and that's exactly what he's doing.
yeah, and him and Adams, it's a great little duo.
Oh, yeah, they work well together. They work really well together.
Yeah,
And then we'll touch on Nanto got his first start, and he didn't really do anything. So he didn't do badly.
no,
The game just it wasn't the right game for him. It didn't work. He was just.
he had he had some good passes.
Hmm.
He tried a couple of things which didn't come off, but not due to his fault. And he didn't get fouled out of the game. Like he took one in the chops, but that wasn't a foul.
No, it was
He
just.
actually ran into it.
Yeah.
But I think he just took a few knocks. So yeah,
He's only 19 and he's met his first start and against a very tough opposition too. Because
oh yeah, they're
Spurs
bruising.
are a good team. Like
Yeah, they are
they're third in the table. Like so, you're not going to be third in the table if you're a bad team, and you've got Antonio Conte as your manager. Like
exactly.
so, come on, like.
That's why I'm not disappointed that we've lost. I mean, yeah, we should have got the draw,
Hmm.
and it'd have been nice to hold on for the win. But there's so much to take out of this game.
And then when you're disappointed to lose like that to a team that's going to be in the top four at the end of the season, there's no ifs or buts about it. They are a brilliant team and they've got a great
Oh, they
manager.
are.
Like a team that's still growing and learning, and he's had them now for longer, and he's had a way bigger budget as well too. Like,
Oh yeah.
and he has Harry Kane and all these players at his disposal. Like, so it's a different ball game, quite literally.
And there was a couple of players on today for them. Benton Kerr, who obviously got the last two goals,
He's
and
class, man.
Kulusevski. I mean, I used to watch Kulusevski in Italy.
Yeah, Juventus won that.
Um, I'm struggling to think who he played for before Juve. I want to say Bologna, but that might be
Oh,
wrong. Um, yeah, he's shot up. I'm surprised that Juve have let him go, to be honest.
money. Juve are screwed for money.
Oh, struggling, aren't they? But
Mm,
Benton Kerr as well, who was also ex Juve,
yeah,
or was he ex Milan? No,
no, the
ex
two of them.
Milan.
Was it?
One of
Oh,
the
it was.
two.
Yeah. But anyways, we'll move on from that now. And Aronson, we've already touched on as well too earlier. He's just class, man, isn't he? He's a great little player.
Yeah, he is. Movement, passing, vision,
Yeah,
set up the Somerville goal.
and nearly set up the nearly got Somerville a second one. He got the ball and threw ball into him as well too, and he was just unlucky.
Should have put that away.
A more experienced player would have put that away, but he's only after turning 20, so we
Oh
won't.
yeah, not knocking him.
I mean, in a year or two's time now, that'd be a thing he'd chip at rather than try and take it,
Yeah,
slide it in. But again, I won't criticize Somerville because.
it's a good save.
And next up, of course, is Somerville, and Asher, man, he's 4 goals in 4 games. Like he's becoming the new Rafinha, the new number 10. Like,
Yeah, and it's literally been these last four games that it's clicked.
yeah. Well, look at everyone in the club seen something. You don't give a 19-year-old at the time the number 10 shirt after Rafinha if there's not something there, and we're all been showing and learning now that there is something there, and he's a fucking special player. Like,
Yep, that is true. We're
he's
getting into we're getting to the stage now though where we've got a number of players that if they keep playing like this, we're going to sell them, but we're going to make a fat profit.
what the 49ers taking over at the end of the season. Like, that's more or less confirmed now. Will we be a selling club anymore? Like Simon Jordan, I'm not a fan of Simon Jordan at all, to be honest with you. But I heard he seen something online that he went on about the whole takeover of the 49ers, and I looked it up, and he made some very valid points. That when you have
Right.
all that money behind you, you don't need to be a selling club anymore.
Well, I sincerely hope so.
Yeah, again, I'm not a fan of Simon Jordan, but he does get it right sometimes.
Well, that'd be nice because let's be honest, we are a selling club as it stands.
I think that's coming to an end now. I honestly think that's coming to an end. Well, I'll hope. I'll hope. Well, I'll go. What Simon Jordan was saying: if we become a franchise of a big American company with unlimited money, we don't need to be selling players.
What I will say, we have been a selling club, but we haven't half replaced them well.
Yeah, we've done really well with the replacements we've got, like, and the young lads we've signed too.
Yeah,
And of course, and last but no means least, for the starting 11, we had Rodrigo, 2 goals.
crackers.
Oh, that's it. All we'll say about that. He is becoming our number 9. Again, we were saying we need a number 9 in January, and I honestly think I would like a number 9 as backup, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe a more experienced head in there. But I think at the moment, you're playing him at number 9, aren't you?
if you bring, I mean, obviously you're keen, and I'm keen as well. Actually, I'm bringing Brereton Diaz in.
Yeah.
You bring him in, and then the competition for the place only
They get
makes
better.
Rodrigo better.
Yeah, they just get better.
Yeah,
And on to the substitutions. Greenwood came on for Nanto at halftime, and I thought he done very well.
me too. I think he should be starting ahead of Nonto, if I'm honest.
But I understand where Marsh was thinking about, because Harrison was missing, thank God. So he probably thought, I'll try Nanto on there on that left side of midfield. But no, Greenwood, his crossing is brilliant.
Oh, it is.
He had a good free kick opportunity around halfway through the second half. But
Yeah, it wasn't that far over.
if he was 5 yards a bit further out, he might have got it up and over. But that was way too close.
Yeah.
And he wasn't too far away, all things considered, either. He
No, it wasn't.
He got it up and over, like, to be fair to him, like, that was a good free kick.
He looks a decent player, and it's his crossing that kind of marks him out.
Yeah, and he's definitely getting better with every game. And there was a few other substitutions. Jaffe and Joseph came on, and
Yeah, I don't think
They weren't going to contribute anything at that point. They were just brought on just to give them a run around and just give them an appearance, basically.
And Ailing.
Oh, Aileen. We were talking before this, and I was just saying, with drama being watched by Newcastle and Borussia Dortmund, apparently, if rumors are true. I don't believe football sites, but again, if that is true, get Aileen in the bin now and get drama in. To be honest with you, I love Luke Aileen for everything he's done,
Same.
but it's time. It's time.
It's the end of an era
It's
for
time,
a few of
unfortunately.
them.
And we'll always look back on Bill and think what a fucking legend he was for the club, and the championship days coming up with Bielsa and marauding up and down the right side with Alioski at the time. It was just
Oh,
what a
loved Alioski.
oh yeah, he was a clown and he had a bad defender, but he was great at going forward.
Oh yeah.
But I think now Aileen, I think it's time to start getting drama in there. To be honest, I know about his experience, but today he came on and he was all over the place. Like
He was.
he was completely all over the place. But again, he probably maybe came on at the wrong time when Spurs were on the offense. But I'm trying to make excuses for him because I like him, but I can't.
So yeah. There's a few of them. There's a few of them that need to move on now.
Yeah, there is, and the January window is coming up, and the only thing now that has me kind of maybe a bit concerned that if the club has been sold at the end of the season, will they invest?
No.
I wouldn't be that blunt about it, because at the end of the day, he's going to get a lot of money at the end of the season.
I suppose they could put it into the agreement with the 49ers. I'll invest in January, but you're covering me. So it'll increase the sale value. I don't know. I'm not a businessman. I don't know how these things
Actually,
work.
that money could be still there. Didn't the 49ers gave us 50 million last season?
Did they?
It wasn't spent in the January window. Maybe they've held on to that 50 million to use now.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
I'm thinking of that now because the stadium plan was put on ice because they didn't get the Bielsa bounce that they thought they were going to get last season. So that money is technically still there.
What do you want to see come in? We want another number 9 to give Rodrigo competition.
I would like Diaz from Blackburn all day.
I want Moffey. Moffey from Lorient.
Yeah, you're on about him. And for him,
scored against Paris Saint-Germain last week.
There's a few other. There's another player we need. We need someone.
The midfield's set.
It is set, but we need an experienced head in there because apparently Forshaw now they're open to offers. Gabby is for the future. He's going to be a player, but I don't know who's really available, but
again though, Stuart Dallas when he comes back can play central midfield if you want him.
True enough, actually. Yeah, maybe they might kind of go with what they have now.
I've heard rumours, and I've mentioned it to you before, that James Milner is on the table.
I can't see it.
I'd love it.
I'd love it, but I can't see it. I can't see Liverpool letting them go before the end of the season, and by that stage he'll be 38. So,
and that's exactly it. He's 37 years old. Liverpool is not going to. He's never going to be first team for Liverpool again.
He wouldn't be first team at Leeds either, though, at the moment.
No, he wouldn't. But he'd be more beneficial to us than he would at Liverpool.
I think with his wages and everything, I think it could be put into a better place. I'd rather we got a young 21 or 22-year-old, like a kind of an Arneson, that's ready for the first team.
How about Declan Rice?
We'll afford him. All right, yeah.
Oh yeah, just whip the wallet out.
Exactly. But unfortunately, now that's it. Now until fucking Jesus, 28th of December.
Fucking World Cup. I'm not watching. It looks dog shit.
As I said to you before, primarily I won't watch it. But there will be a game or two I will watch. If, say, France are playing Brazil or something like that, that would be overly. I'd be too tempted not to watch that.
it's doing nothing for me. I'm not a massive fan of international football anyway, but it's not. This is doing nothing for me.
Imagine that now, and you're the English lads, and they'd be outside at half time having a fucking cigarette in the pub, and it's fucking snowing on them at work for watching the World Cup. Like,
It's just not right, is it?
no, it's not.
This country has no business hosting a World Cup.
It'll thankfully it'll never happen again though.
The thing is, Qatar has got no football history. In order to obviously they qualify through hosting,
Yeah.
so in order to give them some experience, they've had them playing in the South American equivalent of our European Cup. Why?
Oh, the old brown envelopes, man. The old brown envelopes. Get them
It's
brown envelopes.
ludicrous. It's fucking ludicrous.
Oh, we're choosing our World Cup team. Here, I'm going to make the announcement. Oh, here, hang on, I've got a letter for you. And you open it up, and Jesus Christ, that's more money than I've ever seen. Oh, it's Qatar.
Fucking Qatar. I mean, I didn't like Russia getting the last one, and in fairness, they made a really good job of it.
But it's just it doesn't feel like a World Cup, no matter what way. But there's no positives to be taken out of this. It's in a fucking country it shouldn't be in. It's got primitive laws. It's got the workers' rights, like the amount of people that died building them stadiums, like, and just like hard luck, you're dead. Like, there's no compensation to their families or anything. Apparently, like
Most of them were from Nepal. They were bringing workers from Nepal and just basically killing them off.
Yeah, putting them all in fucking shacks and like fucking like the worst treatment possible. Like,
One of the stadiums is made, you know, those shipping containers?
yeah.
They've made a stadium out of shipping containers, and after the World Cup, it'll be dismantled and taken away. What's the fucking point? Oh, I hate this World Cup already, and it's not even started.
Anyways, we shall leave it on that note now, and we will be back on the 28th or the 29th. It depends on the time of the day and what Christmas season, how it might suit us to be doing this. But it's Man City next anyway, so no pressure on the next one anyway.
Fucking hell. Home or away?
I don't think it matters.
You say that Brentford beat Man City today at the Etihad.
Yeah, but we'll see. But anyways, we shall leave it on for now, and like, share, and subscribe, and we will be back for the Man City game, and hopefully, as well. Look at it. I'll say it, as long as we get a performance like we got today, I'll be happy.
Same, yeah, same.
And the last few games have been a big step up. We were calling for Marsh out after Fulham and this Leicester game. But the team is actually starting to play properly now, and the whole running around chaotic thing seems to have gone, especially with Harrison out. And the team is more assured, and, you know, we lost today, but
it was a damn good performance.
We were just unlucky. At the end of the day, we were unlucky today, like.
Yeah, we were. And we scored 3 very good goals.
Precisely. And there's been historically we haven't been scoring goals really as such, and now we're scoring 3. So
yeah,
all good, and we will be back in a while. Thanks for watching.